هي المحاضرة مسجلة انفضحنا خلاص.
Okay, I'm sorry. The electricity.
Okay, دكتور.
اوكي بتول معايا اخوات، انا متاسف قطعت الكهرباء.
معك دكتور معك.
انا مش المشكله انه ما فيش عندي يعني بطاريه في اللابتوب، لازم اشتري لها بطاريه جديده. اوكي
معلش دكتور، حالنا جميعا.
تمام. خلينا نكمل.
اوكي.
طبعا انا هحملكم تحميل صوتي لما تم تسجيله. Okay. We said that Othello's problem that he realizes the truth when it is too late, right? Then he commits suicide. Why? Because he discovered that he has been used as an idiot, you know, and he was used to, he discovers his own stupidity. He discovers his own stupidity. And Iago's punishment, Iago runs away and they catch him and they put him in prison. But ironically speaking, that all the good people, they die. And the evil person who is Iago, he doesn't die. He doesn't die, all right? He remains alive. And the restoration of order by someone called Rodrigo. Rodrigo is going to be right in charge of the army instead of Othello. Well, evil has been conquered and goodness regained. This is what they usually say, right? But what is the goodness in the death of Desdemona? Where is the goodness in the death of Othello? Where is the goodness, right, in the death of all the good people? Emilia, in the death of Emilia. And Iago himself, the one who made all this, he remained alive. He remained alive. And I'm not really convinced that that the good has been restored at the end, because the evil is still alive. And some say, yeah, it has been restored, but the price was terribly high. But I'm saying that the end or the catastrophe on Othello is a real catastrophe. Why? Because the good people die and the evil people remain. Well, let's come to the character of Othello. احنا حيكون هذا يعني اخر حاجه حنعملها اليوم، اللي هي the character of Othello. بعد هيك حنعمل محاضراتنا وين يا اخوات؟ بديش اعمله على الزوم، بدي اعمله على تبع الجامعه. ايش اسمه تبع الجامعه؟
الموديل.
على الموديل. بدي اعمله على الموديل، فببعث لكم ارشادات كيف تعملوها. اوكي. So Othello, right? Shakespeare's tragic hero. He's a tragic hero, traditional tragic hero, with a mistake in his own character. Can you tell me what is the mistake in his own character? Anyone? Raise your hands, please.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, raise your hands. بشارة اسمها raise your hand.
Yes, yes.
تمام. بتول.
I think Othello, he's like going to make actions more than thinking before that. And this is something military, referred to military people.
So, anyone else? What is the tragic flow of the character of Othello? Can you raise up your hands, please? Zena? زينة اسمع منك، افتح المايك واحكي. مش سامع. اوكي جالاكسي جي 7 مش مبين لك اسم.
Yeah, I'm Marih Yusuf El-Jaish.
تفضلي مرة.
I want to say that, yeah, the tragic flow that Othello went through is, I think his jealousy and not believing in his wife.
Right. His jealousy and not believing in his wife. Anyone else?
His us.
Yeah. You can raise up your hands or you can respond straightforward. Well, if you say, and the whole world, they usually say that the problem of Othello is his own jealousy. And this is the biggest mistake in the character of Othello. I mean, in the analyzing the character of Othello, right? He was not jealous. He was made jealous. Let me explain that. What I am saying that, I mean, naturally speaking, he's not a jealous person. And we will find in his own quotations, whenever we take the quotations, he will say that I am not jealous. But the one who made him jealous, it was, hello?
Iago.
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 What is his own
Yes.
problem? The problem is his stupidity, his trusting nature. Trusting the wrong person is the biggest flaw in your own life. So he trusted the wrong person. Trusting the wrong person and allowing others to interfere in your life is a tragic flaw. And this is his own tragic flaw, that he trusted Iago and he is the wrong person, and he allowed Iago to interfere in his own life, to tell him whether his wife is cheating
Manipulating him.
him. Who are you to interfere with my life, to talk about my wife? If he stopped him from the first beginning, nothing would have happened. But because he gave him a chance, right, to interfere in his own life, he destroyed him. So this is his own tragic flaw. I already wrote this one on the presentation. If you take notes, you can write it down. And I'm going to upload also the sound for the whole class. Not one file, it might be more than one file, and I upload it on the model. So, right, as a person, he's a charming person. He's full of stories, stories about war, stories about heroism. And because of his own stories, his wife or this domina loved him. But, right, it makes him, these stories, right, it makes him as if he is coming from the wonderland. Because a question that I always asked myself, why did this domina love Othello, although he is not beautiful and he is not Italian? Can you give me an answer? Why didn't she love, any other Italian person?
Doctor, perhaps because he is loyal or he is different from others.
Very good, thank you. Who are you? Your name?
Lara.
Lara. She loved him because he is different. Those who took with the Al-Mu'asir معايا, right? When we explain the character of Jimmy Porter and why did Allison loved him? Because he was different. And the same applies here. Now, that he is different from all the Venetians, that this domina were not able to find heroism in the character of the other people around him. The only hero that she found, it was in Othello. And this is why she loved him, because of his own stories, right? Also, the character of Othello, unlike Shakespearean tragic heroes, Othello is not a prince. He's not a king. We find that most of the tragic heroes, usually he is supposed to be a prince or a king, but a common man, but at the same time, he's a leader, yes. But originally speaking, he is not from a distant dynasty, a royal dynasty. He is coming from a foreign land, which is Morocco. Othello is not a prince, he's not a king, right? Some say that he is having a royal descendants in his own country, but no one knows. Well, right? And we will find that he is a professional soldier. And if I want to call him by our own terms, I will say that he's a mercenary. You know what a mercenary?
Yeah, المرتزقة.
Oh, good. He's a hired gun. He is a hired gun, which is giving us a little bit about what? About his own morality, that he works as a hired gun, as a mercenary, against what? Against the Turks, who are, I mean, closer to him than the Italian. And by the way, Othello is shown inside the play as a Christian, not as a Muslim. And although he is a Christian, yet he is hated by the other Christians around him. All right, I mean the Italians. Well, so by placing him closer to a common man, Shakespeare makes Othello easier to identify, right? And we might sympathize with him more because he is like us, because of likeness. He's not a king, he's not a prince, and this is why we sympathize with him more. His story could be our story, his faults could be our own faults. This is the part of the likeness, right, of Othello as a tragic hero. He's also gentle and romantic, full of love and devotion because of being Oriental. Although not all Oriental people are romantic and full of love and devotion, and who knows, right? But this is a kind of a stereotype about the Orient, the charming, romantic mysticism that we can find in the Oriental people. Well, let's talk about, right, his open and trusting nature. This is his own tragic flow. I'm not talking about Othello. I'm talking about anyone. I'm talking about anyone, about you, right? Trusting the wrong person is a catastrophe. And allowing people to interfere in your life is also a fatal mistake. So his fatal mistake is trusting nature. And this is ironic, by the way. يعني من إمتى كانت trusting nature, the goodness is a mistake, right? In a hostile world like ourselves, having a trusting nature is a fatal mistake. Well, so Othello believes that others are honest and are good and sincere, and this is what he saw in what? He saw in Iago. And if you will have the same attitude with everyone, it means that you will end up ruining your own life. So Othello's mistake, the fatal mistake, is his trusting nature and allowing others to interfere in his own life. Well, Othello is also naive. Why? Why naive? Why? Especially about women. Naive in Italian culture.
He's easygoing.
He's a foreigner. And particularly about women. Why? Because especially he is a military man. He knows about war, but he doesn't know about women. He doesn't know about women. So as a warrior, he spent most of his life in the battlefields. He knows little about women. He knows, right? Iago convinces him that he doesn't understand the Venetian women, and they are known for cheating on their husbands. Of course, he's an anti-feminist. He's talking about the women of his own country as one of the qualities of the women of his own country, that it is very well known about them, and he gives them a proof. What is the proof? That she cheated upon her own father and she eloped with you. So it was convincing to what? Convincing to Othello that she might cheat upon him. Well, so the tragic flow of Othello is not actually jealous, but actually being right, jealous, right? I mean, but jealous is Othello's problem? No. We have to remember that Othello is a stranger, right? The answer is no, he is not jealous, right? What is his tragic flow? It is his trusting nature, right? Trusting the wrong person is a tragic flow. He's an idiot. He doesn't think at all, but he is blinded by his naive trust. Well, I'm going to stop here. I want you to open your your audio, and we are going to have a discussion about what we are going to do next time. تمام؟ unmute. عندكم أسئلة بدكم تسألوها؟
Thanks.
سارة، شمس، unmute. بتول، تفضلي بتول.
Doctor, in Act 1, there's something about Iago when he said about I'm not what I am. Can we use this as foreshadowing for the next event in the play? And can we say that the evil people know that they are evil or not?
That's one thing, Batul, that this is not my nature. I am not what I am. It means that this is not what I'm. Why? Because he is actually a different person. He is actually in a different culture, as if he wants to say that I am the person who is not natural. This is not natural me.
Not the seeming and being as we know.
Iago. He's under the influence of Iago.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
تمام. Lara. Zaina.
I'm good. I understood everything. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Shams. Haya.
Well, Doctor, you said that he doesn't know like too much about women, about Venetian women, I guess.
Yeah.
So what do like normal people in that like in Italy know more about women, like more than Othello, who spends more of his life in battlefields and so on?
Well, right, a question that that might be asked in a different way. Just imagine that you went to the United States, right? And do you think that you will know about men in the United States the same way that you know about the Palestinian men in Gaza?
No, sure.
No.
Definitely. And this is why, if anyone tells you about men in the United States, you think that he's a trusting person, you will believe him. Right?
Yeah.
Why? Because you think that this is the voice of a person who is going to give you a light about the men and women in his own culture, and this is why you believe. If he says that, okay, that men in the United States are very romantic, right? You will take his word for it, because he's the only source of information.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Nisreen Baroud. Are you good? Adil Naim. Malak. Abrar. Safa. Kawthar Farahat.
Yes, sir. Everything is clear. Thanks. But I should read the slides.
إن شاء الله المحاضرة القادمة إن شاء الله راح تكون يوم الأحد. التفاصيل كلها راح تكون على مجموعة الفيسبوك. هحملكم أيضا على الموديل هذا النص الصوتي. الله يعطيكم ألف عافية ونشوفكم يوم الأحد إن شاء الله. ضلوا بخير، ديروا بالكم على حالكم.
يعطيك العافية دكتور.
العافية يا دكتور.
سلام.
El-Hallaq has stopped screen share alert. Zoom 40.